Now, people would say, well, what's the big deal? All social media app companies do that. And not just them. I mean, Netflix does it to recommend movies you might want to watch, and Spotify does it to recommend music. Clearly, Instagram and Facebook and Snap and Twitter, all of them have an algorithm, and all of them collect data. So what's the big deal? What they're doing is no different than anybody else. Here's the difference. The difference is, of all these companies I just mentioned to you, the only one who has a parent company, that's a Chinese company that owns it, is ByteDance. And it's not just that they're a Chinese company. They own and they operate the heart and soul of TikTok, the recommender engine, the algorithm. That belongs to ByteDance. And in order for this to work, in order for TikTok to work, ByteDance has to have access to the data of Americans. They have to. And under Chinese law, if the government of China tells ByteDance, the owner of TikTok, to use the algorithm a certain way, they have to do it. And it doesn't matter who the shareholders, it doesn't matter if 100% of the shareholders of ByteDance are Americans. If they're located in China and the Chinese government tells them, we want you to use the algorithm and the data that you have access to in a certain way, they have no choice but to do it. Even if you stored all of the data that TikTok has on Americans, over 100-something million users, even if you stored all of it, ByteDance in China still has to be given access to that data. You may have it stored in America, but you have to give access to ByteDance. You know why? Because the algorithm that TikTok depends on doesn't work without the data. ByteDance has to have access. So that's almost like putting your life savings in a safe, but then giving the thief the combination. Who cares that it's in a safe? Who cares where the safe is? If the thief has the combination, they can get into the safe. And so it doesn't matter where you store the data. If ByteDance owns the algorithm, they have to have access to the data. And if they have access to the data, the Chinese government has access to the data whenever they want. Think of the damage that Russia did by putting bots, fake accounts on Twitter, and buying ads on Facebook. Can you imagine if Russia actually owned Facebook or Twitter? Not put ads, not put bots, actually control those companies, the damage it would have done to this country? Now imagine that in a country with an economy 50 times the size and 100 times more capability, because that's what we're facing here. It's not a game, and we should take it seriously. And if there is a way to deal with this that doesn't involve a ban or something drastic, I've always been open to that, but it doesn't exist because of the way this company is structured, and we better take it seriously. Or one day, 20, 30 years from now, people will look back and say, you guys should have taken it seriously. And we failed to do so, and we paid the price for it. We should act on it as soon as possible. We should ban TikTok because it's bad for America. It harms our country, and it's a danger to our future.